Dear Clan fam, I'm not understanding what's going on. My comment section, what's happening down there? I have not changed. I don't know what's going on, but if you remember, those of you who have been here, especially in 2025, I was going through a lot of changes in my body. A lot of changes. Some of them were quite painful. I mean, I think I may be the only human being who can actually feel the metamorphosis of my body from a man now to an older man type of situation. I don't know. Maybe that's the results of the. I don't. I have no idea. I have no idea. The only thing that I know is that yo guys, the blushing. I've been blushing. Yeah, kanila nilintini ngenza yon. But thank you all guys so much for those encouraging messages. Now I understand why people in the entertainment industry they get big heads because of the people that are behind them. But anyways, let's leave this one right here. But thank you. I see your messages. Thank you so much. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what's going on with my skin, but I can tell you one thing. My skin feels extremely moisturized. I don't know. Maybe it's because of my skincare routines that I do on a Sunday, or I don't know. I have no idea, but it feels really, really, really soft. And not only my facial skin, but also my body, the skin on my body. It feels very silky type of situation. Okay. Did we go there? Okay, okay, okay. No, no, no. Before we get out of hand, let's talk about what's on my head right now. So, you guys are watching this video today. It's Monday. I filmed it yesterday on Sunday. So, after the explosive testimonies in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, you would have thought, especially when Witness D, as well as Ilebugile, allegedly, I'm a tribalist because I don't know how to pronounce her name. Yeah. That comment made me laugh. I don't want to lie. It was so hilarious because you can tell that the person is projecting. And yet, I always say I have an issue with pronunciation of name, even remembering names. Even the guy who was the SAP, no, the EM, no, JMPD pilot, I guess that makes me racist as well because I don't know how to pronounce his name. And specifically, either Italian, I think it's Greek, that surname, yeah, that. I'm sorry. I butcher people's names. Just like I'm Dutugo. I like to be called Ntutugo. But because people don't know how to pronounce my name, and so I changed to my middle name, Clantis. Even that on its own, if you go to the comments of that very video where I was accused of being a Zulu tribalist because I don't know how to pronounce Kelebogile. See, I'm trying. I'm trying. You will see how people still um misspell my name. Are they racist? I'm just asking. Anyways, this is guys. As I was saying, man, things we go through sometimes. I hope you did leave the channel at the end. It's for your own peace. Because why would you follow a tribalist, right? Uh, yeah, you would have thought there would have been arrests, guys, because I can tell you, had Witness D mentioned you or I as the perpetrators hiding bodies or concealing bodies, that's defeating the ends of justice and concealment of a body, right? Those are the two charges at least we will be charged with. And now what they will have to investigate is the unaliving part. I mean, we heard that the person got unalived. He says when he left the room, they were still tubing him. So clearly, he suffocated to death. And by the time he came back, the guy was limp, meaning there was no more life in his body. And then they were discussing how to dispose of the body. And allegedly, this is when Julius Mkwanazi said, well, we either dump it in the shaft, a mine shaft, or in a dam. And so the dam was. And you would have thought, you and I we would have spent the weekend in jail. You and I. We would have spent the weekend in jail tomorrow. Okay, well, today being Monday, we would be meeting the magistrate and charged with unaliving, concealment of a body, defeating the ends of justice, and goodness knows what other crimes would have been bestowed on you and I. But no, no, because South Africa is an animal farm. Some are more equal than others. That is why Julius Mkwanazi and all the other people that were implicated in this particular crime that was exposed by Witness D, they are not in handcuffs. They will not be meeting the magistrate today or anytime in the future. And there are so many other crimes that have been exposed by so many witnesses thus far, and we are not seeing any action. Where is Morgan Maumela? Where's Morgan Maumela? Does anybody even know how he looks like? Like, for I have never heard of a human being supposedly exist that had that has a palace of a house and most expensive vehicles in the world, a fleet of them, and 2 billion rand stolen from a hospital. And this individual, weeks later, because when people say, or at least the law enforcement says, oh, we cannot make an arrest without evidence. So those Lamborghinis, that palace in Santon, the 2 billion rand that is missing, the death of Babika Diotaran, that's not evidence. That's not enough evidence to have put Maumela in handcuffs. Ah, I get it. He is the nephew of a man that denied him. And then remembered, oh, by the way, we actually do know each other from 47 years ago. And we're supposed to roll over and play that. And it's so funny how South Africans have moved on from. Yeah, I see what that guy, what's his name again? The one that said South Africa is a movie. Mr. Dlamini, I think I remember. I forgot his name. Yeah, that South Africa is a movie. We get shocked one thing today, 2 weeks down the line, we have forgotten. That is why politicians in this country get away with things because they know, sugar, this one would have forgotten by tomorrow. But while they have forgotten, let's also condition them so that they come to our defense because that's what we are good at. And what did I say about these exposés are happening? And suddenly we're gonna hear political conspiracy. Oh yeah, it's all political. It's even a whole deputy police commissioner used the word politics. Sir, you're a police officer. How are you? Why would anybody politically come after you? Are you a politician? It was quite South Africa. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder what's happening. We forgot about Morgan Maumela, but evidence we saw it with our own eyes, guys. And had that been you and me, I think our trial will be set already for 2026. Sometime March, April 2026. That's when we will begin our trials. But because he is related to the president, he's not in handcuffs. But you get told things that make no sense. And yet the evidence is facing you like this. Julius Mkwanazi and his mother, I'm talking about the former city manager of Ekurhuleni, they had a great weekend, I suppose, individual respectively. You know, had dinner with their families, they had a great time, while there are people moaning, still hurting, asking questions about their loved ones, all because umama akekho happy. Oh, I am so sorry, guys. My weekend was just all about just thinking everything that transpired last week, everything. And sometimes it gives you the hope that, oh yeah, we are now fixing. But the evidence is glaring that nothing is being fixed because we are not seeing anybody being held accountable. They will explain everything away, because we are not in that fraternity. We don't know how the law enforcement work, so we get defeated. We are left, ibona bazi kangcono type of situation. But if it was you and me, how many people that got arrested simply because somebody exposed something about that individual? Yeah, because they're poor, they don't have money. What are these people going to gain from them? Throw them in jail. Let them see the magistrate on Monday. This is insane to me. How are we fixing anything? Because I would assume by now people, others who know they've been involved in all of this to save their own skin, they would have ran to the authorities and handed themselves over, bargained with the state, and willing to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. And then we begin to fix the country. But now they're going to be told, you're going to be told, oh, it's hearsay, double hearsay, and triple hearsay, hearsay, and all hearsay. And yet, South Africans, those that are poor without money, just with one hearsay, you are in jail and convicted, by the way, found guilty on hearsay. But because these people are in the public eye, they need to be treated with kid gloves. I don't understand. I hope somebody somewhere out there can explain it to us. Why Morgan Maumela, after weeks of his assets being towed away, and we know now that 2 billion rand built that mansion, castle, and palace. That's a Tembisa hospital, that house. And I was having a discussion with some people not so long ago. Again, all of this is alleged, guys. Everything I've said thus far are allegations that are said in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. And myself, I'm also just regurgitating those allegations. All right. We were having a discussion with some of the clan family members. And the discussion was, why don't we turn Morgan Mamela's house to like a second wing of the Tembisa Hospital, maybe oncology unit or department. I don't know what they call them in hospital. Or we turn it into a children's clinic, or people that live with that H virus, so that they have more privacy to get treated and also walk in, without judgmental eyes and things like that, so that they do not struggle with stigmatization and all of that. And I was like, that's very noble. That would be a noble cause, by the way. But I also felt like, why don't we turn it into a spa? A retreat for the elderlies of Etembisa. Like an elderly woman can just walk into some office that actually linked with that retreat. They sign up. If they're feeling stressed out, probably they're having one inflammation or another, and then there are specialists there to like work on those inflammation through maybe massaging or whatever the case might be. Let them relax and have a great weekend, and then go home. And then another group of elderly women and men, and then the cycle just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. You know, after all, it's their money that was stolen and built that house. That was my thinking. I don't know. Those are the things that I feel we should think about rather than throwing the baby with the bath water type of situation. Like, oh, we're putting on auction. And then some European person, there's nothing wrong with a European person buying a house in South Africa or any other person from anywhere in the world buying a house in South Africa. I have no issues with that at all. So don't misquote me out of context in what I'm saying. What I'm saying is let's repurpose that to serve the community of Tembisa. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, South Africa and Mali, we are number one there, I suppose. So they're gonna sell the house. They'll auction it, and of course, like I said, some person with billions of dollars in the US or Europe will buy the house. And that's it. I get it that they need to recover the 2 billion rand. I do get that. But sometimes, we just need to be a little bit, innovative in our thinking as well, because a crime was committed against the people of Tembisa. They were literally being thrown in the lion's den to fend for themselves. I don't know how you fend for yourself in a lion's den because it's going to eat you up. There are people that unfortunately passed on because of this. And I would have thought by now there would have been a lawyer that say, hey, pro bono, if you want to take Maumela to court, I'm here at your service. But it's South Africa after all. I don't know. But yeah, my what I'm most bothered about is hearing those explosions in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry this past week, but still no arrest. There is no arrest. And you can tell that witness D is ready. Whether you arrest him and charge him with all these charges I mentioned earlier, defeating the ends of justice, concealment of a body, and also maybe murder, things like that. Yeah, you can tell he's ready, but I think he's more ready to become a state witness than anything. I think he acknowledges that even though I was under duress, a crime was committed here, and I am part of it. Yes, under duress, but why the people that actually did this that he mentioned are not arrested? A crime was committed, SAPS. Shamila, this is your moment to shine, girl. This is your moment. Do the right thing. Fanima Semula, you too, sir. Your leadership is taking. We heard it in the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, but also you redeemed yourself by outsmarting those that thought they were being clever. But this is your moment. Make that decision. Let the week end. This new week ends with some people in handcuffs and seeing the magistrate. Because I'm telling you right now, they're having a great time of their lives. They were able to listen to Metro FM this on Sunday, all the nice R&B jams, and having several colors with their families while the rain poured outside. Just blissful because they're untouchable. That is at least what an ordinary South African is feeling right now. That these guys are untouchable. So prove us wrong. Honestly, treat us all equally. Treat us all equally. I don't know what your thoughts, guys, are, but this comment right here, I think you need help. You need serious help. You do, no. All jokes aside, you need help. There's schizophrenia involved here as well. All right. I really do hope that you stop supporting the channel and you are gone because I can't have people like you around. Toxic. All because I admit every time I'm not good with names, guys. I'm just not good. It doesn't matter whether you're black, white, Indian, color, Zulu, Xhosa, you name it. I mean, anyways, let's leave it right there. Guys, I shall see you a little bit later. And hopefully, this thing of coming to you the following day after the action will come to an end soon. Because I think I'm beginning to wrap up some few things. And you will have my reaction in real time again. But thank you for the support, though. Thank you for the support. I highly appreciate it. And I don't know what's happening with my skin, with my youthness. Did I say my youth? I'm on a fourth floor, fourth and a half floor, guys. That's where I am, believe it or not. So I have no idea. I think maybe it's the result of bourgeois into an old man. But it is what it is, I suppose. But thank you. You guys made me laugh, made me feel good. My head was getting big too, so I had to kind of like check myself a little bit, like humble, humble, down, boy, down, down, yes, down. Good boy, good boy. That's what I had to. But I love y'all too. Anyways, let me leave the video right here. Please don't leave without liking, sharing, commenting. And you can subscribe too.